Welcome to Bill's Place Outdoor Power Equipment. Today, I'm Brian, this is Darren. We're going to take apart this, actually no, we're going to check this engine, which supposedly has a blown head gasket. We don't know if it does or not, but we're going to check it out and see what we got. So let's go. All right, let's get this spark plug out. There's that and that. Okay, we got a compression gauge to screw in here, which looks like this. It's a little mini one. We'll screw that in there. I don't have an oil dipstick in here, but I don't think it'll matter.
Okay.
We good and tight? All right. Let's go ahead and give it some pulls. Well, let's go this way so I can pull better. All right, ready? What do we got so
Yeah,
far?
it's really high.
So that is reading 115 pounds. Now, I would say we don't have a blown head gasket, but what I would say with 115 pounds is we have a compression release not working.
Yep.
So this engine's going to have to come apart, and either the spring broke on the compression release or it's not working. So that's actually not too hard to do. We can just turn this guy over, pull the oil pan, and look real quick. 3/8, right? 3/8. Most people are probably going to think that 115 sounds good, but not on a lawnmower engine. Because I could tell when I was pulling it, it kept jerking back at me. So you've got to release the compression in order to pull these things and start them without breaking the rope and everything. Should be 7, right? Yep, 7. Let's see here. Tap on that side. I'll try to. There you go. I tap and you smack, all right? So, make sure I'm in good view here. We got our governor gear we're going to take off, and our camshaft we're going to pull out here. Okay. So, let me zoom in here. On this camshaft, it is working. So that little spring pushes that back up there. You need a little bitty tiny spring right here on the side. And it's on, and it's in the right position. And it's working. That's how it's supposed to be. So with that much compression, my next thought is these valves are adjusted wrong. That's my next thought. So we got the spark plug out, right? So let's turn this until we line up our mark on our. Wow, look, I pulled it out almost exactly where I needed to be. What are the odds? I'm going to put this back in. There's a little mark right here. I don't think the camera can see it right at the moment. I get it in there. Yeah. If I go this way, we can. Can you see that little mark right there in the camera? Or do I need to zoom in a little tighter? Right there. that little mark right there. See that up there? Yeah, kinda. Okay, and then this big mark right here. Put this back in now. So, you wipe it off. Maybe the camera will pick it up a little better if I clean it off.
Yeah, now you can see it.
Yep. Should look just like that. So, we broke our oil pan gasket, but that's okay. Let's put our governor gear back on. Okay. Now let's check the valves. It's a 10 millimeter up here, isn't it?
Yep. Starting to remember it all now.
You do enough of them, you remember. Ooh, that oil really stinks. You smell that? Really stinks. What do we got? Ooh, that's stinky oil, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So we were lined up on our cam and crank, so we should be, we're top
It
of that
should be in
set.
the right spot.
This is a 6,000ths, and I know. Okay, there's our problem.
They're really loose.
Very loose, way too loose. And I think
Yeah, they're,
the intake's supposed to be 4.
yeah.
I think it's 3 to 5, and the
3 to
exhaust
5.
is 6, so it's 5 to 7. So
Yep, 5 to 7.
so there's a 5. Wait, no, I want a 6, don't I? I want a 6 and a 4. That's right. 6 and a 4. Okay, and which side? Okay, so this is the exhaust side, this top one here. And that needs to be 6, and we are pretty wide.
Should be a 20, I think.
Can't remember.
20.
I think you're right, though. Yep. Is that catching it? Yeah, I think it is. Kind of loose. Just a little tighter. A little bit more. Oh, there we go. It's nice 6. And then a 4 on the intake, which, yeah, not nowhere near. They're not hugely off though.
We can get 2 or 3 thousandths.
Yeah, not enough to give me that much compression. So this may have to come apart to find out what's really going on here. Actually, was close. Let's see, 4. That's pretty good. Oop, it moved. I heard it move.
We heard it.
Yeah. Just the tiniest bit. Sometimes you can hold them with your hand. Sometimes you gotta use a wrench. Oh man, see. I mean, it's just like
It's tedious.
half a millimeter at a time. It's just the smallest amount of movement. If I wasn't so anal about it, that's probably gonna be too tight. I knew it. I could tell when I did it. Okay. Now we are at 4 and 6. Compression release is working. Where's the compression gauge at? Let's try it again. We'll leave it. I still think it's going to be high, don't you?
I think so.
It wasn't off that
Just
much,
a couple
too.
thousandths is not going to make
No.
that much difference.
That's not really screwing in very well either, is it?
Well, after it gets tight, it starts to spin.
Yeah, it never used to spin that bad, so. Grab a hole and let's see here. Well, that felt a lot better. Oh, it feels a lot better. What do we got?
Almost 80 right now. It's still going up.
I could live with 80.
Well, it's still climbing. Yeah, it's still climbing.
I don't think we're gonna get a lot more, are we?
About 95, 98.
So, man, that's kind of a lot.
It made a big difference.
But it pulls pretty easy now.
I can tell. That ain't hard to hold on.
It's not jerking me back, so interesting.
I can't believe that little bit makes a big difference.
I would have said they were only off a tiny bit.
It's not turning the whole thing.
You know, this is not looking right here. See that? Said governor.
It's bent.
Well, these engines back, and this is not turning, is it? There it goes. Just have to push. These engines back in the day were notorious for the governor not working correctly.
That's what he bends it to.
And they bend it down to slow the engine down. So I don't know if the camera can see that or not. You can see this is where the governor spring attaches to, maybe with some light. And that governor spring right here, this arm is bent way over to try to slow this engine down. So it makes me wonder if it has more problems, but it looked good under here. And I mean, that helped. That helped.
Almost seems like the next thing to do would actually be to try to run it.
That's what I'm thinking. We need to
Because,
try
I mean,
to,
if it made that much difference,
we need to try to run it.
maybe
That's-
give it a shot. And it's not showing any evidence of a blown head gasket anywhere
No,
around
I don't
it.
see.
So I'm thinking maybe we should try to run it before we do too much more.
Yeah, we will.
It might be perfectly good.
We're gonna put this all back together.
Are you gonna need a new pan gasket?
I think we can run it for a short time.
Okay.
Are you?
Yeah, I think we're good.
I won't put any really good oil in it, just some cheap oil. But I agree, I didn't see anything.
No. And the thing is, if it doesn't make that much difference, it's worth a shot.
I mean, you can see the head gasket all along through here. It looks pretty good. Usually you can see it.
Yeah, I'm not
And
seeing
it's usually blown out, pretty obvious, and I don't see
I
it.
don't see anything.
But you know, that head gasket kind of looks newish, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't look old and rotten to me. Do you think maybe they tried to fix it and they didn't know what they were doing? And maybe it didn't work out, so they were like, well, forget it, scrap it, put a new engine on it. Because it just seems,
Seems like it should run.
it's got good compression. We're gonna need
Hose,
a different
dipstick,
line.
And a dipstick, and
Yeah, we can find a dipstick, that's not a big deal. We should pull this carburetor apart to see what it looks like in there, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Because it could be gross. little stinky, but it's not gross. I think we can work with it. We might get it to run on that. As long as this jet, as long as this hole in this jet's open, it'll be okay.
I guess there's a filter supposed to be right there.
There was. I don't know that they use it anymore. They might. It's just a pancake filter, but we could just take a line from here to here. So, yeah. This is going to be a to be continued because I'm not sure. But I'm glad we checked. And I'm not sure what compression needs to be.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It seems high. Normally, it could be as low as 40, but I mean, I've seen them as high as 80, 90 sometimes. Yeah. It felt good.
This one's about 98 right now.
So we're close to 100, which seems really high. And there's nothing shaking around like anything's broke. Yeah, even the pull felt a lot better. I do hear some chinking going on in there, but it feels a lot better. I assume there's no air filter in here. And I feel like, now I feel like it's too easy. Oh, the spark plug's out, isn't it? Duh.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
Yeah. We're gonna cut that out of the video, maybe.
That'd be a good idea.
There you go. Thinking, man, it's really easy. It made a big difference. It did make a difference, though. Because what were we, 120?
We started at
115?
Started at 115, ended at 98.
And went down to 100, so just by adjusting the valves. Got it. Now watch it start now. Now we should have. Feels about right. Okay. Okay, well.
To be continued?
To be continued on this one. We're going to have to get a dipstick, some oil, a stand, which we've got a stand.
Yeah, it's over there.
We just got to find some bolts to mount it. Well, we might have to drill some holes to mount it. And then, yeah, we might have a good running engine here. With that good of compression, the cylinder's got to be in great shape. So, okay. Okay.
Yeah, we're rolling.
Let's go ahead and put a new fuel line and
get in here.
Back so I can see a little bit.
There you go. There we go. Now get it. Ugh.
Yeah, it's kind of dirty.
Yeah, grungy one.
Should we try that carburetor the way it is?
Well, we can try it.
We need some bolts to mount this with, don't we? Yeah, let's get that cut to the right length
Yeah.
anyway.
You're about right there.
I told him to send me a foot, that way we'd have enough for a couple if we need it.
Yeah, we'll need it again, I'm sure. Perfect.
I doubt your clamps are going to fit that line, but you can try. Sometimes they're too big. Yeah, they're too big.
Really?
Yeah, that's an old line.
Okay.
The newer line's thinner.
Well, for now,
Takes a special clamp.
it's pretty damn tight, so I think we'll...
Alright, so we got fuel line.
There we go.
Ooh, did I get it? I might have got it.
Yeah, I see the gasket.
Okay, we got it mounted. We got fuel line on. Carburetor. Wonder why that was missing. Okay. So we just need fuel and
Oil.
strange. I don't remember those having a tank
There's something
like
in
that.
there.
Is there?
Yeah.
Crap.
Grass and
Look down in there. A little bit of crap, but it'll wind up in the bowl for you.
clean.
Leaves, it looks like.
Oh, wonderful.
So we need oil. And that's the right dipstick, right?
It's one out of that engine, so it better be.
This is just some, not the right oil. I created a blooper.
Oh, great.
I had it so full.
Blue oil.
Yeah, it's synthetic. Since we're gonna have to take it apart again, I figured there's no point in getting it. This was
Paper towels are on your side. I was gonna get
this was a bottle of oil that had a leak in it, and I mixed together in a good bottle, and I made a mess. I forgot that I
Now, is this
overfilled
the kind you just set on top, or you got screwed
it.
in?
It doesn't. Yeah, there you go. It doesn't matter to do that.
Nope.
Nothing yet, huh? All right. There is there's a mark on the side. Should be getting close there.
Try on the tip of the stick now. Try on the add mark.
Hard to believe that's all it said, because I've got quite a bit in it. Can't believe I did that.
Yeah, about 3/4 the way up to full.
Let it drain a minute, it might get there. Only holds 20 ounces.
That's all they hold?
That's all they hold, and I've got, let's see, I was way over full, and I'm at about 14 left in here, so. That's annoying. Check it again, see what we got. Maybe the ground's not level.
Yep, right, pretty much on full.
Is it?
Yep.
And then, should we do this in here? Since I just poured it all over the place?
If you do, you might want to strap it down to the table.
I'm not gonna run it in here. How much you think?
That'd probably be enough, just enough to get in the bowl.
I'm thinking. So now, we can try running it, can't we? Okay, this is the test run after we put everything back together, so give it a pull, Darren. know what? It's almost gone. Yeah. I don't know. It went away. It's completely gone, so. This was the actual problem with this engine. As you can see, the governor is a little messed up. We don't know what caused it, but the arms there, right across from the pin, right there, they're all bent over. We don't know what caused that, but that's the actual problem that this engine had. And it's all fixed and perfect now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Thank you for watching.